come with me to Kefalonia in Greece. We flew from Newcastle International Airport. There's Chris. It took us around about 3.5 hours to get there, and we flew with Jet2 Airlines. Me and Chris managed to get a row to ourselves, basically, so we were loving life, as you can tell. So we decided to do car hire, and we picked it up from Kefalonia Airport. It was through Carjet, and it worked out at around about £123 for the full week, which we thought was an absolute steal for the amount of time that we actually used it. It was amazing. So we rented from Verbo. This is our villa. It's called the Olive Garden Villas. There's the Olive Gardens there. And there's 2 villas in total. In regards to the outside, so there is a pizza oven, barbecue, a little outdoor area, and there's 3 bedrooms inside. And check out the pool. It's beautiful. So the first day that we got there, it wasn't the best weather, as you can see. So it was raining and not nice, but it cleared up. However, that drive was horrendous, so I'd have a mythos and we had to have a chicken kebab just to sort ourselves out. And this oil drum of red wine was €10. And then we decided on the second day to go into Sami. So this is the harbour front. It is absolutely stunning, and the weather actually started getting a little bit nicer from then on. And then we decided to venture out, and as you can see in the distance, that is Samos Beach. That is famous for Captain Corelli's mandolin film. So we decided to actually go down onto the beach, and it was absolutely beautiful. And so for this night we decided to go all Greek and just eat in and have some amazing food. As you can see, honestly, the food is so cheap. And because the tune were played, we decided to go into Sami and see if anyone was showing the match. Clearly there wasn't, so we had to watch it on with phones. But we had some nice little half-time cuddles with the dogs. And then we decided after the Newcastle win that we would go to Magnifico Bar for a few other cocktails, beverages. There's Chris. We absolutely love this bar. It just had some amazing songs, amazing tunes, anything from like rock to pop to whatever you wanted, whatever you decided that you wanted to request, they would do. So here is Chris and my Uncle Roger, loving life. And then me and Chris decided to be little hooligans and decide to try and steal a boat. There we are, singing away. The weather from now on in went amazing. There's Roger. It got to about 32 degrees, and bearing in mind this is September, so into October really. So the weather was just stunning. So if you aren't quite sure whether or not you fancy going at the end of the season, I would definitely recommend it because we were in our element. And here was our little entrance into the Olive Garden Villas, nice and private, which we absolutely loved. More food on the barbecue, absolute shocker. Chris wasn't happy that he was chef, but this was the final outcome and it was stunning. And just look at the villa in the evenings as well, it was just breathtakingly beautiful. And we even met a little friend. Here is Jiminy. So on the third day we decided to go venturing out again, and we met some more little doggo friends that were in a nearby farm that became our little best friends. Honestly, they were so cute. So we decided to go and see Vlakata village ruins. This is it here. Basically what happened was there was an earthquake in 1953, a severe one, and the inhabitants of Vlakata village decided to flee down to Karavamalos village, and so it just got left to wreck and ruin basically. This village is well worth a visit. Honestly, when I went around it, you could just totally tell the feel of the village where everyone used to work and used to live. There's even the likes of the old doors that are still intact, which is one of these ones here. And you can see obviously the stairs that go up as well to nowhere basically, but it was just absolutely fascinating going around it and just seeing how it was built. Apparently before the earthquake happened there was around 800 to 900 inhabitants in this village, and this included, there was a girls' school, a boys' school, 3 churches, some village shops and some olive presses as well. And there were public ceremonies and dances that were held in the main square of the village as well. But 1,000,000% I would totally recommend going to see it if you can. And then we decided to go to Agia Paraskevi Beach, which is this one here. As you can see, the seas are so clear and there was no one around either, which made it even more amazing. And then we went to Agia Efimia. This is a village just past Agia Paraskevi, and it's beautiful. As you can see, they have boat trips that go out daily from here, and it's lovely if you just want to stay even just for a few days. So we had to do a little stop off here because I couldn't get over how breathtaking those views were. And you can see Assos village in the distance there. Everything about this island I just fell in love with. And then we come to Assos village, which is one of my favourite places in Kefalonia. It's like something out of like Italy. That's how it felt like. I've never been to Italy either, but I mean, look at that. The waters were so clear. The houses were so pretty and colourful. Please, please, please go to Assos if you ever decide to go to Kefalonia. You won't regret it. And if you don't believe me, just take a look at some of the pictures that I took, and hopefully this will convince you a little bit more. So after Assos, we decided to finish our little adventures with going to Myrtos Beach. Now, Myrtos Beach is possibly one of the most famous places in the whole of Kefalonia. I wouldn't be surprised if you hadn't seen that on a postcard or somewhere in a travel magazine. But that was it from up above, and this is Myrtos Beach from down below. I mean, let's face it, it was thirsty work. All of that travelling and hungry work as well, so I had to have a gyros. And then, shocker, there is another dog. And let's face it, it would have been very rude not to have a dip in the pool after all that adventuring for the day. So then the next day we decided to but we decided to take a little ride up to Mount Anos. So Mount Anos is one of possibly the highest points of the whole of Kefalonia. It got from, I think it was 28 degrees down the bottom and it was 12 degrees up the top of the mountain. So we were just in little shorts and t-shirts while everyone else was in their like the coats. Yeah, I didn't expect it to be that cold, but the views were to die for. They were absolutely amazing. So if you get the chance, definitely go to Mount Anos. And this is us back on the trek down the mountain. And the roads around Kefalonia are very windy and small, so if you want a confident driver, maybe it's best to find someone who is like Chris. And then on the way back down we decided to go to St. Theodore's Lighthouse. This is just past Augustoli, which is the capital of Kefalonia. And I had to have an iced frappe while admiring the views. It's thirsty work. And met another fairy friend as we were having dinner. And then to finish off these adventures for the day, we went to the sinkholes of Augustoli, which is right just past St. Theodore's Lighthouse, so you can't miss it. And then on the Saturday night we decided to venture back into Sami, this time to have a few more drinks, have a lovely meal and just admire the views from the harbour. As you can see, I just love these views so much. So after admiring the view and having some lovely Greek food, we went upstairs to Afrala's rooftop terrace. So Afrala is a restaurant and, like I say, a cocktail bar with a rooftop terrace. In the summer it gets absolutely bouncing. However, because it was the end of season, it wasn't clearly that bouncing, but definitely well worth a visit. And then we had to have one more drink in our favourite little bar with the amazing music. And the bakeries that are in Sami are stunning. So here you can see there is millions and millions of different types of baklava, loads of different desserts, and even the ice creams are amazing. I mean, look at some of them. Oh, beautiful. And so I'm pretty sure by this time it got up to around about 32 degrees. So Chris was in his element, sleeping on the lilo, and then decided to do a few little handstands for nice little bit of entertainment. And he kept that entertainment up, as you can see, for the rest of the day. I love him. He's my best friend. And then we decided just to have another picky tea this night. So we had the likes of a Greek salad, we had tzatziki, we had olives, the works. Yeah, it was lush. And I fell over once again. This was the last gyros of the holiday, which I'm absolutely gutted about. And one more play in the pool with the adults. And this is my family. And me, Uncle Roger, doing one more little strut. This is the last time we were in the pool, so I had to make it count. And so here we are, and we are on our way back to the airport. This is around about 7 o'clock in the morning. Bear in mind there is a lot of goats on the road, so please be careful if you are driving in Kefalonia, because the goats just take over the road as if it was their own. So yeah, but here we are, just waiting for our plane. Absolutely amazing holiday. Please, 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 if you get the chance, visit Kefalonia. And I am so ready for my next trip abroad, which will be Skiathos. I hope you enjoyed.